What is going on, OKC fans? Welcome to another post-game show from the Bring the Thunder podcast. We have myself, Gabe, and Joe, and we are covering OKC's win 144 against the Utah Jazz 112. This was in the most honest definition of the phrase. This was a game of two halves for sure. That first half. Honestly, Joe, I say we get the bad out of the way first. That first half was pitiful. That was pitiful. I mean, when you're as good as you are and you start the season with a 15-1 record, you're not really used to some bad ball at all. So when you see it, it's over exaggerated, and that was the case tonight. I mean, I was quite frustrated, but more so with Kevin Love turning the clock back 10 years tonight. What a performance out of him, but. Yeah, this was a slow start for OKC for sure. Shots weren't falling. I would say effort was definitely lower. This was your classic. Let's walk into a lower team and just expect to win kind of game. I mean, they didn't look like they were trying as hard as they should be. Shots we weren't getting the open shots we wanted. We were taking a lot of shots we shouldn't be taking. Just not good stuff. And then the second half happened and everything flipped on its head. But and there's another stat there from Bradley. If you want to read that one, Joe.
Yeah, Bradley comes in quick. He says, SJ continued his streak of 20, gets 30 and 3/4 again, and we now have 2 8-game winning streaks on the season and now have the second best 17-game start ever. Bradley, I'm missing the end of your comment there. I was waiting for and we still don't have J-Dub yet, but it's not there tonight. Really quick, Gabe, I just wanted to read off the box score.
Yeah, go ahead.
For OKC tonight. 31 and 30 for Shea. 8 assists. Casey Wallace, 10 points. Chet, 11 points. Hartenstein, 12 points. Lou Dort, 9 points. Big-time three-pointers, though, in the third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
I think OKC won this game with his bench. 16 from Isaiah Joe, 12 from A.J. Mitchell, 15, 6 and 6 from Jalen Williams, 11 from Alex Caruso, and 7 from Brandon Carlson. Even Ooves and Chris Youngblood got into scoring. They each had 5 apiece at the end there. Man, yeah, you said it best. A tale of two halves here. I mean, OKC let up 44 points in the first quarter on the road to the Utah Jazz. Utah has been scoring. So actually holding them to 112 is quite impressive because they've been in the 150s twice in the last week.
Yeah, no, they've been cooking. They've looked real good.
I will say, after the first quarter, we still finished the half down by 1. The Thunder outscored the Jazz 114-68 in the final 3 quarters tonight. 114-68 in the final 3 quarters tonight. It was kind of like all right, let's lock in type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Utah came out firing. You mentioned it. Kevin Love went crazy. He had 4 threes in the first quarter. Thankfully, that was very short-lived. He ended up going 4 for 6 from the field. Keontae George looked good for them, 20 points. And then there was the rest. Philip Pasky off the bench with 18. But it really was just they came out firing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very glad that our bench said, nah, we're not going to win. We're not going to lose like this tonight. Because they stepped in, Isaiah Joe especially, and AJ, and Jalen, all of them. Let me just shout out the whole bench. I mean, they stepped in, they calmed it down, got us back in the game, and then SGA led the way with 31 and 8. Great shooting night for him, too, as well. He went 9 of 14. He had 3 threes, 3 for 3 from the 3-point line, and 10 of 12 from the free throw line, which I believe almost all of his free throws came in the first half. And I think that was Utah's in the beginning. I think Utah was personally trying to foul him, trying to slow it down and get him to the line.
Absolutely, for sure. One thing that I thought was really interesting, and I'm going to just mention a number here, and that number is 13. What's interesting about that number for tonight, that's how much we were out-rebounded by, and we won by this much. That is not a common stat. When you get out-rebounded by 13 rebounds, you're usually not winning that game. Rebounds are crucial. Us as OKC fans have seen how badly that's hurt us in the past, where rebounds have lost us games. Yep. Got out rebounded by 13 tonight and still pretty much wiped the floor with them. I mean, that's how good this team is. This team they don't fall to your normal stats. They break the mold. They still win even though they shouldn't. And that's an example of that. And that is something I'm going to stick a little bit on the critical side real quick. And that's something that I didn't love tonight from a lot of our players. I felt like Chet tonight was not boxing out at all. I don't know what the deal was there. It was a lot of it was, I think he was just expecting other people to get it. And then other people were expecting him to get it. this was a lower effort night for that first half. And you mentioned the 3 quarters we outscored them significantly, but it was still the second quarter. Still, we weren't quite where we were in the third and the fourth quarter. I mean, that first half was it was lazier. It was, and that was unfortunate. But that's kind of enough talking bad. Let's get into some of the good things, like you just mentioned with Shea. Shea looked incredible tonight. I mean, every time that we felt a little off, every time that something felt like it was going to go wrong, he kind of came in and just calmed the storm. He did what I mentioned in our in one of our episodes. I mentioned the thing about Shea is that he slows the game to his own pace, and that's what he was doing all night long. It's like you said, they came out fouling him. All anyone's ever going to say is he had 10 free throws tonight. He was getting hacked for the first 8. I mean, the first 8 free throws, he was getting hit hard. He had some crazy and ones tonight. He was finishing incredibly around the hoop, but Shea really.
I'll pause you really quick.
Yeah, no problem.
One of our members, Indie Sports, just gifted another Bring the Thunder podcast membership. Indie Sports, what's going on, man? Guys, this is one of our members. We have our premium subscription memberships. Come join the community. Go check out all the perks that we are giving to you guys. It's a lot of fun. We're still waiting on Indie Sports to come join us for one of these lives. But thank you, Indy. We appreciate it a lot. And really quick, Indy, while you're here, I was going to say, just to give you some credit here, the Jazz in the first half were playing exactly like the Indiana Pacers did last year in the finals. Like, I was kind of having nightmares in my head. Yeah. I was like, oh my goodness, they're like so fast paced, so much scoring. I was like, we're going to lose this game. But Gabe, sorry, go ahead.
No. Indy, thank you so much for that. But yeah, they were. That's a great point you point out. I mean, it was they were getting a shot up within 8 seconds of the shot clock, and most of them were falling. I mean, you can't beat a team in a quarter that's hitting that much, which obviously we knew that, that's one of those things where after that first quarter, you kind of just have to say, all right, we know they're going to cool down. We know it's going to slow down. And if it doesn't, yeah, you're not going to win that game. But obviously it slowed down. But not only did it slow down, our offense picked up. And my biggest tip of the hat tonight is to 2 players in particular. It's Isaiah Joe and Jay Will. AJ did great, but Jay Will, he's had up and down games this year. Tonight, he was incredible. He did everything he was supposed to do. He was knocking down his threes.
He was great.
And then Isaiah, yes, exactly. And then Isaiah steps in so confident tonight. I mean, we've always known his role is to come in and put up threes, but it was different tonight. He was looking like a absolute sniper tonight, just knocking down threes from 2-3 feet behind the 3-point line, coming in off the catch, just putting up tough threes all night long. He did everything he needed to do. He had a really tough layup that he had to get around a screen in the third quarter. That was a beautiful, beautiful layup. And then Caruso as well. I mean, Caruso was hustling his ass off tonight. I mean, 11 points from him, and he was knocking down threes as well. He was just getting the team hyped all night long. He actually was tied. Him and AJ Mitchell had the highest plus minus on the team with a plus 29. Both of them just huge in their minutes.
That's kind of what I was getting at earlier. This wasn't a game necessarily that we thought maybe Alex Caruso was going to have to play a great role. But that's just the luxury of Alex Caruso. Like I said, the bench came in, and when Alex Caruso comes in the game, it's winning time, right? Like, we're not trying to mess around. And that's what they did. I also want to shout out really quick. Unk's been with us. He's finally a member. Everyone shout out to Unk. Unk, welcome to the community, brother. And then Bradley, really quick. He said, what's the chances of Shea breaking Wilt's 20-point streak? So Wilt is at 126 games. Shea is what currently at? You said 87, I believe. So, I mean, he's going to score 20. So just as many games as it takes to get there, I think he'll break it this year. And yeah, and then one here from Hotspot. He said he's super glad Love got the foul trouble. I think Gabe is too, Hotspot.
Oh man, you would not have wanted to be in our little private group chat watching me crash out about Kevin Love, but
really
one other thing.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. I was just gonna say really quick. You were mentioning what we did wrong and what was frustrating, and I mean, everyone on watching the show definitely agrees with you. It was miserable for the first quarter and a half, 2 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
A 30-2 run in that third quarter. A 30-2 run in the third quarter. Yeah. I mean, I'm with you. They need to play better from the jump against these poorer teams. I'm not a big fan of that. But a 30-2 run with 4 straight offensive fouls taken by Isaiah Joe and Jalen Williams taking charges?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, unheard of. I blinked, and we were up by 40.
I literally looked away at one point when it was like we were up by like 2, and I looked back up and we were up by 12. Like it
So
was
I
within
have the
2
exact
minutes.
stat here from Clemente,
Yeah.
our friend of the show, Almanza. Go follow him on Twitter, by the way.
Mhm.
He said at one point the Jazz had an 84-77 lead.
Yes.
That's when it all started. He looked up. It was a 22-0 run. We were up 99-84, and then we finished that run 30-2.
That is
My God.
ridiculous. One thing I will point out is I mentioned that group chat where I was ranting about Kevin Love. The one thing I didn't say at any point was, I can't believe we lost this game or we blew this game, because you can't say that as an Oklahoma City Thunder fan. You never can say we lost this game. You just can't. And, it'll get the best of us sometimes,
It got me
sometimes.
there. It got
Yeah,
me there today early.
yeah, sometimes it'll get the best of us, and we will say stuff like, man, this game's over. But tonight, I just when I was typing to you, Joe, I was very intentionally not crashing out about losing, because I was like, somehow, some way they're going to pull out of this. And you're sitting there in that third quarter and you're like, okay, there's a shot down. There's a shot down. And then you keep getting that stat that pops up where it's like, no field goal for Utah in 2 minutes, no field goal for Utah in 4 minutes, no field goal for Utah in 6 minutes. And you're like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. And that leads to my next point. 27 turnovers. 27 turnovers. They had 3 more assists than they had turnovers. That is ridiculous.
Well, I will say a lot of those turnovers were forcing them themselves. Like we didn't even have to play.
True, but
a lot of them
we were putting pressure as well. But yes, that's true. It's not like we were stealing every single one of those. There were at least half of those were bad passes, just passes out of bounds, drop balls. But that's the difference. That really shows the difference between like you could have watched that first quarter and been like, maybe OKC is not quite as good as people say. No. This is where you see the difference in skill between a team like OKC and a team like Utah, where those turnovers just happen with a team like that as soon as a solid to good team starts to put the pressure on. And as soon as we turned it up a little bit, you just noticed balls flying out of bounds, passes dropping off knees, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, now our shots just got to fall. And that's just a matter of time, and they started falling.
Yeah, I quickly want to answer Indy here. He said, wait, Kevin Love plays for the Jazz now? Where the poop have I been? Yeah, he doesn't really. Kevin Love had like 6 threes on the season coming in tonight, and he made 4 in a row almost in the first quarter. So, yeah, I don't really blame you for not knowing that. And Gabe, you mentioned it. Yeah, I mean, the turnovers for them. I mean, shout out to our guys as well. Casey Wallace, 2 steals. I mean, Casey Wallace, 4 steals. I'm sorry. Chet Holmgren, 2 steals. Isaiah Joe, 2 steals. AJ Mitchell, 2 steals. Jalen Williams, 2. I mean, they locked in at the right time. I'll tell you that, because I was starting to tweak as well. I really was.
There's something about this OKC defense, and if you guys have listened to this podcast, you've heard us talk about how it's arguably the greatest defense of all time, and how, I mean, it's not just us saying that either. There are big names saying that, a lot of big reporters and whatnot saying that too, but there's something about this defense that is just so rough and tough. And one of the things that drives me crazy, and this is just a little mini rant here for you guys, people in the NBA, a lot of fans, have desperately begged for old 90s style physical defense back. But once OKC does it, they just foul everybody and they're just pushing everybody. That drives me crazy, because if you watch tonight, sure, yeah, there are fouls that don't get called. There are fouls in every single game of basketball on any level where fouls don't get called. So, yeah, there are fouls being called, but it's our intense defense. It's our hard hustle. It's the diving for loose balls. It's the poking at every single ball. It's whenever we see a big get switched onto a guard. If you watch any OKC guard get faced up against a center, they are ruthless. It's like it's like a dog biting at your ankles. I mean, they are reaching around. Yes, Kaysen especially. Kaysen's reaching around. He's poking. He is pushing. You're damn right. He's pushing. He's 100 pounds lighter. Yeah, he's pushing because you have to. You cannot do that without, like, if you don't. This is just an example I thought of specifically. When you watch Jokic play, if you think Jokic isn't using his body weight to leverage players, you are crazy. So yeah, on defense, it's going to happen. Players are going to leverage their weight, and that's what our players do. And it is physical, and I am here for it all night long. Absolutely. I could watch 30 hours straight of OKC defensive highlights. Like, it's incredible. And that's why there's 27 turnovers for us tonight.
Yeah, I just want to get to some of these comments here. our member Unks. It might have been one of our better games tonight. Yeah, I mean, after the first quarter, absolutely, we looked great after the first quarter.
Yeah.
Mike B almost had me crying while you were talking. I had to hold it in. Mark Dagnall, 2 steals. Great comment by Mike B. Great comment. I absolutely love that. State comes in with never a doubt. Of course, never a doubt, right?
Absolutely.
Never a doubt. Going back to one of our members, Unk, isn't that the truth? I think that was when we were talking about Kaysen.
Mm-hmm.
And this is an absolute fact, too, here by State. We are getting fouled hella, bro.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
And we're only ranked 20th in fouls.
What I want to tell you, what I want to tell you guys is don't listen to the outside noise. You're 16-1. The team's clearly the best in the league. It's clearly an all-time defense. Like Hotspot said, the greatest defense of possibly all time. Yeah, I mean, for this generation of basketball, I could absolutely, I could say we're the best defense of this generation. People just aren't used to teams trying at defense, especially in the regular season. So if you ever hear, "Oh, we're foul beaters," "Oh, we get fouled too much," tell them to. You know what I want to say, all right? Don't pay it no mind.
Yeah,
they're the champs for a reason, bro.
Well,
they didn't beat the Minnesota Timberwolves in 5 games because they got more foul calls. I'll tell you that much.
No, they did not. No, they did not. That's a great
and
point.
Also, shout out to State for the sticker, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Wow, thank you very much, man. But I actually wanted to switch over real quick just to a short little thing with the Jazz that I did want to point out. I don't think a lot of people agree with me here because they don't like him, but I'm a big fan of Ace Bailey. I really am. I like his game. I like what I saw from him tonight. I think it's only a matter of time until he ends up being a pretty damn good player. He's just got to get some confidence. He's got to get that. He's got to get a better head on his shoulders. I mean, obviously we know the off the court issues and whatnot, but I have a lot of faith in him as a player, and I enjoyed what I saw from him tonight. I thought he was playing aggressively. He's got potential to be a really good player, in my opinion. So I enjoyed watching him play tonight. I think he was a big bright spot for them, and I just wanted to shout him out real quick. I'm a fan of Ace Bailey for sure.
Yeah, I'll talk about Ace a little bit too, because I kind of shit on him in the preview. And if you guys missed my preview, or our preview, I should say, go back and check it because I gave some fucking fire advice tonight on the betting lines. I took the over of the game. I took Shea's over 30.5. He dropped 31 and 3/4 for me. Thank you. I did take Chet's under 18.5. Unfortunately, I just didn't think it was a great matchup. Come on, give me some credit over here. But I'll talk about Ace for a little bit, and so will Unk here. I don't like him as I just think he's kind of a moron. Not like he's a moron, but like the way he handles himself at the draft kind of threw me a little off. He can play basketball. He played really good tonight. He's got some skills that he'll be in this league for a while and he'll be successful. He's just got to clean up. He kind of made some bonehead mistakes tonight. He is a rookie, but I'll give the kid credit. I didn't think he was going to play too well tonight, and he definitely played. He's a bright spot for them for sure.
Absolutely. Something else I wanted to mention back to OKC real quick. I mean, we talk about it every time, and I'm sure Savir would love to hop in on this segment if he was here, but Kaysen tonight was really helping us as well. Just keep that kind of consistent, not panicking, but just kind of staying where we need to be with his defense. I mean, shots were not falling in the first half. They just simply weren't. And on the other side, their shots were falling, but at no point was Kaysen not complete pedal to the metal. His hand was in someone's face all night long. And we really started seeing it towards the end of the game. He started picking up some crazy steals. He had, I don't remember exactly what time it was, but he had that 3 he hit, then he immediately picked off a pass and went down and dunked on the other end. But just really good out of him. And then, like State says right there, Dort's shooting so good right now.
He's playing so well.
The confidence is absurd. I mean, and that's I talk about confidence all the time with this team. Confidence is one of the biggest things in basketball. I mean, it's just as much of a mental game as it's a physical game. Lou Dort looks, whoa, look at that.
That is actually Jack, funny enough.
Oh, okay.
Jack, if anybody's wondering, we aren't going to have Jack's segment of what the hell is Jack wearing tonight. But he is in the comments, and he wore his Hartenstein City jersey tonight. So no guesses for us tonight, but Hartenstein City edition tonight.
Exactly. But talking more about Lou Dort, I talk about confidence all the time with a lot of our players, but he's one of the guys who truly, when he feels confident, you can tell. I mean, he's got that. It's almost like his shot form changes. Like it's not a different release, but it just just looks better. Like when he'll come around the screen or he'll catch the ball and you can just see like, oh, he's putting this up. Like it's not like there's sometimes where you can tell he's overthinking it or he's doing a double take kind of thing. Not tonight. He was ready to put up threes tonight, and they weren't clanking around. They weren't banking in. He was lacing them. I mean, absolutely nothing but net. So Dort's playing at a great level so confidently. It's the defensive side of him that we know we're always going to get. But if he's going to come in and knock down 3 out of 4 threes every game, give him a contract extension again.
I'm completely wrong, by the way. That's not Jack. I think that's one of Jack's buddies. I think that's actually one of Jack. Shout out J-Bot for the membership. I thought it was Jack for a second.
Well, didn't he comment that he's wearing his Hartenstein jersey?
Yeah, but
is that not the same email?
I don't know. I gotta go check again. I'm trying to read while we're going.
If that's Jack, that's funny. If it's not Jack, thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. Yeah. Like when Lou's confident, he's chucking them bitches up and they're going in. So
and we're getting hyped as hell.
Yeah, I love it. From Linus here, really quick, Gabe. He's got a hot take. We'll have at least 4 all defensive team players.
He goes. There's no reason we can't.
Caruso, Case, and Dort.
There's no reason we can't have that. That's a really hard thing to get. It's hard to get the NBA to recognize that 4 players from one team are all going to get nods.
He goes maybe Shea or AJ.
For me, got it last year.
It's really hard. Yeah, I think that Dort, Kaysen, and Chet should all make it if Chet makes the game requirements.
Agreed.
Caruso's tough because he doesn't play in some games because we don't need him to.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if he'll make the requirements or just get the recognition for it. AJ's got like the best defensive rating in the NBA right now, but they're not going to give him that, I don't think. And they're sure not going to give Shea it, I promise you. Like, they're not again. It just won't happen. Just keeping on with these comments really quick. Matching 3 for theirs threes is huge on the road. Yeah. Gabe, you want to talk about that?
That's a great point you just made right there, because there were a lot of times tonight where it felt like they hit a huge 3, and this was early in the game, and we came down and we just immediately responded, which absolutely kept us between that like 10 and 15 range, opposed to like, oh shit, now we're down by 20 plus. This is really bad. And that's when the team starts to kind of give up. We never hit that point because we're matching each 3 for 3. So that's a great point, State. I absolutely felt that during the game too. There were several moments where I was like, wow. And Jay Will had multiple times where I was like, wow, if we did not hit that 3, this game could be slipping down a dangerous slope really quickly. So yeah, a lot of tough shots tonight. That was super nice.
This is not Jack.
Okay.
I think it's one of his buddies. Definitely not Jack. Okay. Shout out J-Mod for the subscription. He says, everyone buy a membership now. Yeah, go check him out. I'm not forcing nobody, but go check him out. I promise we got some real cool shit in there for you guys. Linus again, if they all play 65, it should be. And then Bradley comes in with the Bulls had 3 all defensive first team. Yes, that is true. Adam Silver last year, or maybe it was in the offseason, quoted him. I'm quoting him. He said that he reads NBA social media and takes pointers from there. So just the NBA that we watch now, fellas. But maybe I'd love it. I'd love it for sure.
Well, as the last comment said, that it should be possible. It's absolutely possible. I mean, there's no reason for it not to be possible. I would even say that if we're truly basing it off statistics, yeah, we have 4 or 5 players who absolutely could be getting nods. But like Joe just said, we just live in a different type of NBA world where you're not going to, I mean, it's fatigue. It's voters fatigue. It's driving motives of teams that maybe the media doesn't like as much. I mean, if you think the media likes the Thunder, you're mistaken. I mean, they like that we're good and they like when we dominate, but they don't like talking good about us and they don't like giving credit where it's deserved. And that's some credit that's not going to get given because it's more not minor, but it's less obvious stats, especially you mentioned the thing with AJ, Joe. That's you're looking at the defensive rating, you're looking at these advanced metrics. They're not going to look at that. They're going to look at who had the best defensive highlights and who was averaging a lot of stocks, which that's just not how it should be. But enough of dogging on the NBA as an organization. But I think truthfully, I think we'll have 3 players. I think we'll have at least 3 that do make an all defensive team. I feel confident in that, assuming Chet hits his mark. I think it's Chet, Dort, and Kaysen.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm confident.
We're about at the 25-minute mark here, and we do have an active chat tonight. I want to shout out everybody in the chat. Make some noise for yourself at home. Since Jack's not here and we're not doing what the heck is Jack wearing, I'm going to think of a player to name for player of the game. We'll go player of the game tonight.
Okay, player.
And I'm going to think of him and I want everybody in the chat to guess who I'm going to pull tonight, and I'm going to tell you it's not Shea. It's not Shea tonight.
Okay.
So I'm going to guess the player of the game. I'm not going to tell Gabe. You guys all drop your predictions in the chat and give me a little reason why. We already got Linus coming in with J. Will, but I'm going to go with Gabe first. Gabe, who do you think is the player of the game tonight?
Oh man, that's a tough one. This was a good game all around. I'm agreeing with Indy here though. I'm gonna go Isaiah. I think the presence he brought off the bench, knocking down the threes, just absolutely changed the game for us, and he did it consistently through 4 quarters with 25 minutes played. So I'm agreeing with Indy on this one.
All right, so you're going Isaiah Joe. Indy's Isaiah Joe. Linus J. Will. State Queso. I'll give it 2 more seconds to see if anyone else wants to guess. I have my answer locked.
Oh.
You want to change?
I'm going to change.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go Hartenstein.
Isaiah Hartenstein.
With the 12, 6, and 7.
And didn't miss a field goal.
Line and didn't miss a single shot. That's it felt like he did his job tonight pretty well. The 12, 6, and 7 was real nice. So I'll give it that. If it's Isaiah Joe, though, I'm gonna.
We got another member, Unk, saying J. Will. All right, here we go. I locked it in. And as much as I wanted to say J. Will, I really wanted to. I think he played his best game of the season.
Yeah.
Indy Sports was correct again. You shouldn't have changed your answer, Isaiah Joe. I mean, dude, everything changed right when he came to the game. Started knocking down threes, went 4 of 5.
Absolutely.
I think he took about 3 charges tonight, and then also added 2 steals. It's Isaiah Joe. He changed the trajectory of this game. Shout out Indy. Shout out to everybody who guessed. But that will be that. Gabe, we'll go back to this game for a couple more minutes here.
Yeah.
Can you explain to the people watching? Well, there was a comment actually I wanted to talk about too, and I've lost it. Okay, Linus said we're going 70-12, and this kind of goes exactly with that. How were you feeling when we were getting blown out by the Utah Jazz? And are you expecting more or less than 12 wins? Because for me personally, and I don't want to be arrogant here, and I think I might be, I don't even know if I could handle 12 losses this year, because the way I was feeling in that first 2 quarters, I was about to blow. It's because it's so like we don't lose anymore, you know?
We as OKC fans right now are so spoiled. I mean, we are so spoiled. We're coming off a ring. We're coming off one of the most historic seasons. We're now having one of the most historic starts to a season, and we just look like we're getting better, and we're doing all this without J-Dub. Here's the thing. The one thing we keep saying is OKC, the next loss, and their losses will be when they beat themselves. And that's just how it's going to be. That is going to be a lot more frustrating and painful than just losing because you got outplayed. So whenever it's a situation like this, where you're playing the Jazz, where, yeah, they were coming out shooting hot, but we were playing really poorly too, it's a lot more frustrating, and the anger builds up more because you're like, we know we're better than this. We know we're a more effective team. Hence the score. Look how that happened. But we know we're a better team. We know we play better. So it's annoying when you don't come out and win games. Here's the thing, though. I said at the beginning of the season when we made a video and we were predicting how many wins we would have, I predicted around like the 65 mark. And the reason I'm that low, that's insane to say that. The reason that I'm around that number instead is because I get what you're saying. Like, no, I don't want to lose 12 games. I think it's inevitable. I don't think you can expect, even when we're playing this good, I just think at some point you're going to hit a slump. There's going to be some weeks where you're not looking as good. And there's going to be weeks where players don't play. You have more injuries. Shea maybe doesn't play some games.
Okay.
You know?
I don't want to cut you off, but can I ask you the question? Maybe Shea does miss a few games. Hopefully not. Or not.
Yeah.
They're 16-1 without J-Dub, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me put it this way. I think I'm just trying to keep my feet on the ground.
Yeah, you can I'm
trying to remain grounded, because if I'm not going to remain grounded, we are going to go 81-1. I mean, like, there's no reason right now for us to lose other than when we inevitably beat ourselves. So, yeah, I obviously, based off how we're playing right now, yes, we could easily clear 70 wins. That's just a fact if you looked at how we're playing. I will be so glad and so happily wrong if we do end up doing that, because I just struggle to see how a team is going to be that legit. But I'm going to go ahead and take my feet off the ground here for a moment, because then there's the other side of it. And That's how dominant we are. We're dominant. There's no other word. We are absolutely a dominant team, and the healthier we get, the better we get. The longer we play together, the more effective our players become. The better they get, the better our young players get. All of that. And in that scenario, what Indy says right there, could see 73 plus wins. Absolutely, easy. I could see 75 wins. That is a seriously real possibility. So right now, I'm sitting somewhere between. My feet aren't quite on the ground. I'm levitating a little bit, but
tiptoes.
Yeah, I'm on my tiptoes. I'm chained down just enough so I don't go too far because I definitely could. But as you guys know, I don't need to say this. We're right there, as Ung says. We are a really, really good team. We are a very, very good team. So yeah.
My take on it is I wanted to ask you first because we've both been OKC fans for our whole lives. We're in our mid-20s. We saw the 73-win Warriors beat us in a 7-game series and come back from 3-1. And for me, it's hard to get it through my mind. It's already hard enough to get it through my mind that we won a championship last year.
Yeah.
It's hard to get it through my mind that Oklahoma City Thunder are going to break the all-time wins record. And just because what we've been through in the past, forever, it's just like, wow, our Oklahoma City Thunder are going to do this? But yeah, they should. They should. But State here said there's a couple of teams that could get us in the regular season. Yeah, I mean, teams are going to have really good nights. We might shoot ourselves in the foot every once in a while throughout the year. Like I tried to mention the other night, we lost to the San Antonio Spurs last year in San Antonio pretty badly. I think we lost back-to-backs. San Antonio, and I can't remember who the other game was, but
might have been Portland. I do feel like Portland gave us a hard time.
No, because we had that win streak against Portland.
No, yeah, you're right. I don't remember. It was a team that we shouldn't have lost to.
Yeah, I'll figure it out by the end of the show. But yeah, I agree. As of right now, I don't see anyone beating us in a 7-game series. And the only team that kind of scares me, gives me some fright, is the Denver Nuggets.
Agreed.
And they've had some, they had a great win tonight against Houston, but they've had some rough games already this year. Aaron Gordon just went down. We don't want to see that, but that's just where it is right now.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a competitive game against a really good team.
The problem is when we were trash, we were old enough. Well, in the before when KD just joined and Russ just joined, we weren't able to drink our sorrows away at the bar. But I promise you, we were definitely the sorrows were there. I remember, and this is funny. People are gonna make fun of me for it. I used to get so mad. I think it was it was game 1 against the Clippers in the series where we had that amazing comeback and Russ made the 3 free throws to win. We lost game 1. And I was so mad in my room. I think I was in 7th grade or something, maybe 8th grade, something like that. And I just started bench pressing. I took 5 textbooks from my backpack. I just started bench pressing. That's how I used to get my sorrows out. Now I'll drink at the bar with you, Mike, but that's what I used to do for sure.
I was not bench pressing, but it wasn't sorrows. It was just raw anger for me as a child. There were definitely some things that were being thrown around. I specifically remember breaking a TV remote once when I was a kid. I spiked a TV remote after one of the Golden State losses in the playoffs.
Welcome to the community, Mike.
Just absolutely snapped it. But no, you're right. No, we definitely. It's enough to remember, but no, not drinking the sorrows away.
But now, really, Mike, I'm sure you're with us. I can't get it through my head that we're this good. I still can't.
I can't. Not just that we are this good, but that a physical NBA team is this good. Other than the Warriors, when is the last time that I can remember being oh shit, this team is crazy dominant? There have obviously been players that way, like Giannis. Every year I'm okay, yeah, Giannis is crazy dominant, but the Bucks aren't. The Bucks are not ever crazy dominant other than when they won the finals. But the last time
the most dominant team outside the Warriors was the 1-year Celtics when they won the chip.
Or the Spurs, and the Spurs were pretty damn good too. They were putting up tons of numbers as well.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking in now's NBA.
I feel you. But now it's you're watching this and you're on one hand we're having to realize that it's our team, and on the other hand, it's just hard to believe that it's this good. Indy fan says Thunder play a complete game. Defense is crazy good, really good offensively. Team has really good chemistry all around, and it takes a near perfect game to beat y'all right now.
It's true.
It's true. It is true. And the thing that I think stands out the most, we've mentioned this multiple times, it's the chemistry. It really is. This is not just another NBA team, like specifically, this is kind of sad to bring this up, but I think when we lost Giddey, when we had to trade Josh Giddey, that was like sad. Like our players were genuinely sad and like upset about it happening. And you hear Giddey talk about OKC every once in a while, and he talks about how much they love each other and how much they care for each other. Well, look what happens. They win the ring, and then they come out and have one of the most dominant starts to a season in forever. That's because chemistry matters. Like what they do off court is a very serious, like it equals good play on court. That's just how it works. It's always worked that way. It's a team sport.
All right. With that being said, we're about 35 minutes in. We're going to look forward to a Sunday game. The team we're hosting in Oklahoma City is the only team to beat the Thunder this year, and that is the Portland Trail Blazers. And when I say that, people are going to be like, that's crazy. Well, Portland has beaten some very good teams this year. That list includes OKC, Denver, Los Angeles Lakers. So they have beaten some very good teams. But this one is going to mean something for our squad, I believe. And Unc, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate it a lot. But I believe this one we're gonna beat the hell out of them, like bad, really bad.
I need it. I need it bad. It's got to be a little personal here. So yeah, I need it. But yeah, kind of like you mentioned, Portland's not a team to sleep on. I mean, I think people were kind of mentioning that at the beginning of the season that they're not as bad as people might think that they are. So yeah, it's you could call it a trap game, but as we said last year, OKC doesn't fall for trap games too much. So hopefully we come out shooting and not have a slow start.
There we go. Mike, real quick here. He said he was born and raised in Fort Smith, lived in OKC for a while. Stepmom worked with Isaiah Joe's mom for years at a pharmacy. Said all those kids were well-behaved, good kids. That's pretty awesome, man. Yeah, I was born in OKC earlier. I was born in OKC. I was born in OKC as well. Moved to New York, like 7 years old. But yeah, that's actually pretty cool story right there.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Really appreciate you sharing that with us.
State says Portland has a good bench. Yeah, we'll do some quick predictions. You guys know we have our game prediction video. We'll have it out Sunday morning, so we're not going to dive into it fully. But like I said, they've beaten the Lakers. They've beaten the Warriors.
Yep.
They've beaten us. They've beaten Denver Nuggets.
Yes.
It's a lot of good teams. So they're good.
They're good.
Team, but I'm curious to see. Bradley said, "Oh my God, we got someone in the chat that knows somebody on the roster." Yeah. I'm curious to see what the spread is because we've been favored by 16.5 and up for the last 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to remain the same. I don't think the betting lines are going to change just because we lost to this team earlier, but I expect domination at home. I mean, we need to go home, man. We've been on the road so much this year. I think more than 60% of the games, more than 65% of the games we've been on the road for already to start this year. So we're playing Portland at home, we're playing Minnesota at home, we're playing the Suns at home, and then we're going back into Portland. So we'll see. But I think Gabe, unless you have, I think I agree, like 14.5, something like that, and I'll be taking the spread. But I'll talk to you guys about more of that on the game preview. But Gabe, unless we have anything else to say, we can go ahead and wrap this one up.
Yeah, I mean, as always, we appreciate you guys hopping in here and just listening to us talk. I mean, it was a fun game in the second half. Got to watch OKC really come out and ball. But yeah, thank you guys for just joining. We love having a bunch of active comments. It's so much fun being able to talk with you guys. We say it always, and we'll continue to say it. It's a podcast for fans by fans, so we're no higher than you guys. We love responding to whatever you guys say. Thank you to anyone who dropped any money, helped drop subscriptions. We appreciate that so much, but we also just appreciate anybody just here to listen. So thank you guys so much.
Shout out to State, man. Shout out to State. You're great, bro. You're great.
Man. Too much.
Yeah, and if you guys are still, curious about what Indy's been doing, Unc's been doing, appreciate you, Unc, as well. And a few other of our community. Go check our members' subscriptions on the YouTube channel. I'm telling you guys, the perks are fantastic. If you don't want to go into the channel, go on our Instagram at Bring the Thunder podcast. We posted all the perks that you will be getting there. A few of them, just to name them. You could join us for the live. You could come talk to us on the live. We also record our weekly videos for the members. We do 2 a week for the members. You come join us for those as well and record with us. You can come record our weekly episode with us. Follow back on Instagram. Like, go check out it. We have so much stuff for you guys. You also get early access to all this stuff and members only chat and stuff. So go check that out. Again, like Gabe said, we appreciate you all. So much love from you guys, and we love doing this. This has been so much fun since we've started last year. And I guess I'll close it out. Well, Indy, one more time. Here's a glad Unk got the membership I gifted. Yeah, Unk's always in the chat.
Always.
Let's get more of them out. And yeah, it's just been such a fun ride. And I guess I'll finish it up like normal. I think Linus has been waiting for it. Thunder up, baby! Let's go. Have a good night, OKC.
Let's go, baby. Thunder up.